Hello all, it's King Joe. Well, I'm still in the middle of doing my toys. I got like 20 some, well actually close to 30 boxes now brought down, and I'm actually running out. I actually have pretty much no room. I actually started posting some videos on boxes that were just filled with certain heroes like X-Men and Spider-Man, cops. Uh, Reason why I'm doing this video is because I got an email from Mangostan Prime about where I normally got my comic books and all that. Well, over the years when I used to collect heavily, there was 5 comic book stores in the Scranton Wilkes-Barre area. Main Street Comics, Heroes and Legends had 3 stores in the area. Al's Comics, Time Tunnel Comics, and there was Gemma Books. Well, out of all of them, none of them exist anymore. They all went out of business or closed. Al actually sold his shop back in the beginning of the 90s, and I mean, he sold it to a guy for $60,000, and I didn't think his store was worth it because he took all the good stuff with him. And that guy only lasted a few years, and he ended up going out of business. But over the years, I bought from all of them. I actually drove to Allentown, Philly. When I believe it or not, I went to New York with a class trip back in 1988 when my college, and I ended up going to a comic book store in Greenwich Village, and I ended up coming back with a few hundred comic books in my knapsack. So it was like I got them wherever I can, wherever they were cheap, 2 for a buck, 3. When I used to go visit my aunt in Buffalo, I used to go to an indoor-outdoor flea market outside of Buffalo, and I used to come back with 2 or 3 long boxes of comic books. Same thing when I used to go to Cap's Comic Cavalcade in Allentown. He would give me a discount. He'd be like, "How much are you going to spend this week?" And if I'm going to spend over $300, he give me 25% off. So I would get 25% off. And I learned too that money talks. And if you're going to spend that kind of money, they're making money on the books. They will knock a percentage off if they're a good businessman. Because I'm sure there's, a lot of them are still making money. They pick up books, dirt cheap. Just this past week, though, I had a bad experience on eBay. I actually posted it before, and it actually still got me upset because this lady sent me a message via YouTube about, these books, and I went and I actually won them cheaper than the dealer asked her, wanted to give. Well, they never sold them. They refunded my money, so my money's stuck in limbo for a week. Yes, they refunded me it, but according to PayPal, it's got to wait till it clears my bank before I get to have that money to use again. And I actually won another 80 books for $40, so I got to wait till that money's free so I can pay the other person. I ain't too thrilled with this person either, who's on YouTube and on eBay. But, Gary, I have a comic book program called the Comic Collectors. In fact, I pirated it once, and I ended up putting 3,000 books in, and it froze up, so I decided to spend the money and buy it. And actually, it was actually money well spent on my part, because since how many books I have, it actually organizes them for me. And I actually downloaded the app for my phone, so if I go to a comic book shop, I will not buy a double issue. I'll be able to flip through my phone, and voila, find the issue what issues I need. But some of the guys I buy from on eBay, that's the thing, I buy from everybody on eBay. My comic shop, actually there's a guy on Poet Skinny. I liked his thing where he was talking about it, about my comic shop. He made the comment about Midtown Comics. Actually, when I couldn't find the thing, Loki Goblin 13 told me, hey, he got his through Midtown. I ordered my variants of Spider-Man through Midtown, and I already know they shipped. Hopefully, I'll get them by this weekend. Poet Skinny actually had some. I was actually looking at the one site that he has posted on his link. It actually has some pretty good. He has some good comics for like under $1. So that's actually a pretty decent site. A lot of guys, what I do is, like, say I'm looking for Wolverines. I'll type in Wolverine lot. Because it's crazy, if you're going to pay $4 for an issue, right, you're better off looking to see, like, there's Wolverine Black Hat Claws. I won that. Well, a guy wanted $7 for just the 2 issues, like 2 issues out of the 3. So I went and I won a lot that had the 3 issues of Wolverine Claws, a giant size Wolverine #1, For like $3 more, I got, it was like 12 issues. It cost me like $11 after shipping, but I got 11 issues, so I came out to $1 an issue. I got the whole miniseries of Wolverine Black Cat Claws, and it was worth it. I'm trying to think if that was right, because I buy so much, I get, you know, finagled. The key word, like I always tell in my last videos, don't ever be in a hurry to buy anything as soon as possible. All the variants, don't ever be. Because examples are like here, like these figures. I can remember at one point, this guy here was going for $10-15. I bet you now on eBay you can pick them up for $7. It all is a matter of timing. It all is a matter of cycles. When somebody gets hot, like I'm missing, what was it, New Mutants with the Deadpool, was it 98? My buddy Anthony told me. And it's funny because I have almost all the New Mutants except for maybe like 12 issues. He's telling me, you know, how hot it is. I'm like, yes, and then a couple years from now, he'll be dead. He's just popular now. It's just like Lobo had his time. You know, Wolverines go up when the movie comes out or something happens, and they go down. Swamp Thing's up, Swamp Thing's down. So just now they're making a new Swamp Thing movie. Who knows what's going on. I bought a lot of this stuff here over the years. I lived at home. Didn't have no bills, like I said. I got a lot of stuff, believe it or not, on clearance. I buy the short print figure on the store if I can get it, because a lot of the times what happens was dealers knew people that worked at the toy stores, and they would actually get them, and they'd be popping up on their racks. The figure would be out not even a week, and they'd be selling them for $20, and you could get them for $4 if you were lucky enough at the store. But I do have, like, you know, my own opinions, and I already know I got another dislike for the second time. I guess it's because of my slab comment about comics. I guess that's what it's for, because the guy never gave me no why he disliked my video. But I always tell everybody, like I tell my buddy Ant, never be in a hurry. Always, you know, be careful, you know, what you buy. And you also got to love what you buy. Like me, I actually like building it. I actually want to own a comic book store. And I have enough probably to last a little while. But once all the good stuff's gone, you have to have more, you know, more than one. Like right now, I go to this comic called Legendary Comics in Bloomsburg. And I made a joke the first time I ever went there, because my buddy Anthony saw him online, and he's like, come on, he came down for a visit, and I drove, we went over there. And I walked in, and I actually said this out loud. I go, there's nothing legendary about this place. And they probably didn't like me for that, but sometimes I don't have a filter. And it bummed me, because to me, it was just it was just like having a newsstand. And I said, where's the back issues? Because I was actually looking to see maybe if I can pick up the Wolverine #4 to finish my short print, you know, the miniseries run. I was looking for like 1 or 2 issues to finish off some of the older runs. And they had nothing. They're nice people. They're great. I like them a lot. In fact, I subscribe to get all my Green Lantern comics there. You know, back in the old days too, when you used to subscribe, you used to get a percentage off. They don't do it, and plus on top of it, you pay tax. So it's like, I'm actually thinking maybe in a couple years, if everything works out, I might run a shop through my house. But I don't know yet. It's because, like, you know, I already made comments that, you know, my mom was a big thing of white, you know, get me out of trouble. And I look at all this stuff and I'm thinking, I wouldn't have half this stuff if it wasn't for my mom. My mom was a big factor in my life until she passed away 7 years ago. And my daughter, who never got to meet her, because it's funny, because my mom's mom died a month before I was born. And now my mom died exactly 18 days before my little one was born. It's just funny how, you know, I say things run in cycles, how history repeated itself. And I look at all this and I think to myself, I'm like, you know, I might not be able to get my money's worth out of all this stuff, because some stuff I know I can sell and some stuff will just sit. But you know what? 20, 30 years from now, when my little one's ready to go to college, or maybe just to pay off her loans, if she wants to open up a store, fine. If she wants to, you know, maybe with some luck I'll have a museum then, maybe. Who knows? You never know. Maybe I'll hit the lottery and I'll open up a collectible museum, buy a whole ton of old Golden Age, build a warehouse, and open up the first comic book slash collectible toy, you know, superhero museum, just based on, you know, everything that came out. And I'm sure people will go. People go to Cooperstown. Why not come to see a comic book museum? I look at it this way. You never ever buy for investment. Not in today's market. You buy because you love it. Like, I love looking at all this stuff. It brings back memories. Like Slimer, you know. It's my little one. She comes down here and she said to me, she just said to me today, Dad, when you were my age, were you spoiled? Because it sure looks like with all the toys you have, you were spoiled. And I just started laughing because I was like, the sad part about it, most of this stuff I bought after the age of 16 years old when I started working. And I learned that it was better to keep it in the box. So I just started keeping everything in the box. Like right down to my Green Lantern Superpower figure. I have one out of the box. I got one in the box. I got, like I said, I got into cards. Eventually, when I get all the toys squared away, I will show you my non-sports trade cards, my non-sports, my baseball, football. I started throwing some stuff up. I ramble a lot too. I'm sorry about that. But I play games. I watch movies. I made a video for Cops figures. I actually have a lot of the series you see here, like Ghostbusters. I have the first 3 seasons of Ghostbusters on cartoon. I have a lot of the DC cartoons, the Marvel cartoons, the Marvel movies. Anything that deals with anything that dealt with like a cartoon or movie. I got into video games because I actually did want a store. If I did open a store, so when you came in the store, the televisions would play what you saw. If you saw Spider-Man, it would play the old 1968 Spider-Man cartoons. I actually wanted to have a total like engulfing experience if you shop at a store. Because I actually was at a store years and years and years ago where you walked in, they actually played like they had the Alien movie on. They played the superhero cartoons, and I thought the store was awesome. Of course, they were an arm and a leg. I think I bought one comic book there because they were in a mall. And when I walked in there, I was like, oh my God. The issue should have only been like $1.50, and the guy was charging $3. And I was like, it's because of just the fact of the matter was because he had high overhead. Probably doesn't even exist there. So I don't even remember what mall I was in. It either was in Virginia or down in the Philly area. But this is going back in probably the late 80s. Other than that, you know, Gary, Loki, anybody guys want to email me? JPC61570 on Skype. My code is JPC615. If you guys ever want to Skype talk, I can do that too. I think that'd be the coolest because I actually like talking face to face with people. You know, this way, you know, I don't like to put stuff out there. But if you want to check out Poet Skinny, had some good links. I actually checked him out. Surprised he hasn't subscribed to me, probably because I probably, you know, don't know. But he has some good stuff on his site. So, and my buddy Anthony, Optimus Tron, if it wasn't for him, you guys would never see half my stuff. I'd be a closet collector still. And this way, I get to show you guys what I have and give you my 20-some years of buying experience. Because I know, like I said, I not only bought, I even have Pez dispensers, lunch boxes, you name it, even board games. So, you guys ever want anything, get in touch with me. And hey, thanks for viewing and subscribing, everybody.